Hey y'all, it's your girl Fia. Fee's Talk Time. So, I don't know. Some of y'all probably wasn't even worried about me. Well, I know. A lot of people the fuck wasn't because I ain't hearing from nobody in the month of Sundays. But that's besides the point. So, so last night I posted, um, sorry, I'm just making me a little fruit water, a little ghetto. Well, I can't say it's ghetto because I'm on my boozy, on my Fiji water. But anyway, um, so basically, I posted a poll question about whether or not you guys feel like miscarriages are being talked about enough and the effects that they have on not only women but men as well. Because we never hear how men feel about when their significant other has a miscarriage. We don't talk about that, and I feel like we don't talk about it enough in general, and I feel as though we need to bring more awareness to it because honestly, I know numerous women, my sisters included, even my female cousins, and I feel as though every woman at some point of their life it has or will experience a miscarriage once in their life. I promise you, I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Not that I have any, but I wouldn't. Because that's why I've been, honestly, ghost, for the past month or so. So, the beginning of last month, my boyfriend and I found out that I was pregnant. So, to be honest, my head was everywhere. Because, to be truthfully honest, I wasn't really ready for another kid, you know what I mean? I have my own goals and my own things that I want done and achieved before I was ready to give him a child. I'll say that. Because if you know me, I really didn't want any more kids. I got 3 kids because, but I've always told even, my closest friends that I only entertained the idea because of who I'm with and how our situation is. And I feel as though he deserves a child. He has none. And he loves kids. He's awesome with them. And so, to be honest, let's be truthfully honest anyway. The majority of us wasn't even, wasn't playing to begin with, right? And we're here. We have, there's people out here that, have the time to plan their children and their lifestyle for their kids. But the majority of us, our kids was not planned. But they're here. And we love them just the same. So, I was going through all of that stuff. And to be honest, I have done a lot of healing, and, a lot of I don't really have a lot of the triggers that I did used to have, but I did kind of revert back to a lot of my, sorry y'all, I don't know why, it's hot, I don't know why, like, it don't seem like it's hot out here, but I'm really, really sweating, and I'm really just sitting in my car in back of the house, anyway, but, so, Yeah, I'm eating my fruit and putting it in my water. I got it from Wawa. I don't know. Wawa have already fruit sometimes. You gotta catch it though. Um, but anyway, um, but yeah. So I really did revert, and at first I really was a mess. When I tell you my headspace was crazy, it was crazy, because me and my boyfriend, we weren't, we both had agreement, you know what I mean, that we wouldn't, have no kids until our goals were achieved. And I agree, and I felt the same. But, and then it still played in my head, and to be honest, even though our relationship is awesome, our communication is great. We are, what I mean? We have our, please don't, we have our issues. We do. We do. But, for the most part, I shouldn't have never had a second guess to, him, our situation, or me feeling like I would ever be alone or by myself, because I'm not. You know, he's an awesome support system for me and my kids. He's supportive of everything I do. Everything. When I say everything, it's everything. And if you know me, well, no, you don't. I'm always coming up with a new business idea I want to do, or something I want to do in general. And he with it. Sometimes he be like, "What?" But he'll do it. He'll try it, you know. Or at first he'll say no, but I can usually get him to talk. I usually hang him on some stuff. But anyway, that's besides the point. But I really was like, at first I was scared to tell him, and then, the flashbacks of, I'm never, you know what I mean? Please don't misunderstand me. Like, my kids' dads, they're not bad people. They're not, but we have our, we have our issues. We wasn't, I wasn't really with them like that, to be honest. You know what I mean? Or, we was either on the end of our relationship and it happened, or, like my last son, my youngest son, we were best friends from the start. You know what I mean? And then it happened. But, is this, it meant something to me. You know what I mean? It really hit home bad. Like, and it really, really had me in a really, really bad place. That's why it's like that. Come on, man. Anyway, just for the simple fact that this is the first and only relationship I've ever been in where there's no cheating, there's no hurt. I'm not, you know what I mean? Nothing is, we got our toxic situations, but there's no toxicity, there's no hurt, no pain. You know what I mean? It's no me feeling like I'm left out or alone or anything. Even when I'm going through my little insecurities and all that stuff, he listens. You know what I mean? He puts in the effort to listen and do whatever. If I voice an issue that I have with how he's doing something or how he's moving, he will make an effort to change it. And he will change it. And please believe will let me know that he's changing it. Okay? And so it really hit me. You know what I mean? That I lost the baby. Because after a while, I had to start talking to my own self. To get myself out of the headspace that I was in the beginning of the pregnancy to begin with, right? I sat down, I told my kids, because I'm very open with my kids, I make my kids aware of everything that's going on, because my kids have separation anxiety. Anybody anybody that has children that know, that has separation anxieties, know that you really have to talk things out with your children. You have to let them know what the plan is or what's going on before it happens, because if you don't, it won't work out, or you will really, really struggle bad with your kids, and you don't really want that. You know what I mean? I like to make sure my children are comfortable, or they know what's going on, or they understand what the steps are, or what the process will be like, or what is expected of them, or how they feel about what's going on. So, their energy and their reaction, honestly, plus with me talking to myself and, regrounding myself, like, hold on now. You changed a lot. You know what I mean? You know for a fact that, he's not going to leave you, by yourself. Even if y'all break up, even if y'all, he's not going to leave you by yourself with this child. You're not going to be alone in nothing. So there's nothing to be scared about. There's nothing to be, bad about, or, upset, anything. Then I had to put my big girl panties on and be like, well, we ain't getting rid of it, I'm going to tell you that much, because not for nothing, but we were genuinely, with no care in the world, okay? None. And we knew it, we've always known that's an option. That's the thing, And we didn't care then, so. I mean. And then, then my, I started to really start, wrapping my head around, oh man, now I gotta plan my life for a fourth child, Mind you, nobody knew this besides my boyfriend did. I was looking for cars. He's been teaching me everything. You know what I mean? How to look for them, what to look for, what not to do, what, you know what I mean? So, my original dream car was a Pontiac. That's what I wanted for my first car, right? And then that happened, right? And I'm like, I can't put no 4 kids in the back seat of no Grand Prix or no Grand Am or none of that. So, I had to go to my next, SUV to pick it up. I don't need no truck. You know what I mean? I could use something with 3 rows, but it's not expected. You know what I mean? I can make it work, you know what I mean, while the baby is still a baby. You know what I'm saying? So, I did that. I really started, mind you, I've been looking for places, so that was what I was doing. All right, well, I'm going to need a 4, then a 3, okay? A 4 is really key, okay? And ain't no way around that. I don't really need 5, you know what I mean? I could do 4. I got 2 boys, they can share a room. My daughter will always have her own room, right? I need my own goddamn room. That's it. That's all. And, so that's, you know what I mean? So I started preparing myself for that. You know what I mean? As much as I was already saying that I didn't want no kid, I already had my names picked out. Don't misunderstand me. I don't know why, but I just knew I was having a girl. You couldn't tell me wrong, right? I didn't really entertain boy names too much. But I started to, because I didn't want to go through what I did with my youngest son, because I was not prepared to have no 3rd child neither. But I had him, and you know what? I'm so glad that I did, because my baby was a gift. He was a blessing. He was meant to be here, okay? Each one of my children were, but him, no. My boys, okay? And then, as I'm, getting in the happy spirit of having this child, and, whatever situation, I started looking for clothes, getting myself prepared. You know what I'm saying? and all of that stuff, then, I start actually thinking about the timeline of when the baby could be born, all that stuff. Y'all, both me and my boyfriend's birthdays are in March. And our baby would have been born in March. Do you know how hurtful that was? Because if, you know what I mean, that really set in stone for me that this child was meant to be here. You know what I mean? This was meant to happen, at this time, right? And then, I had to be honest with myself. When I lost the baby, it was literally the day after I had me and my kids, and my sister, we went to Wawa with my dad for the 4th of July. Now, me being me, I'm thinking if I get on, maybe like the low speed, bro, okay, I should be okay. And, let's take into account that I was still smoking weed. I was. And I knew that I shouldn't. I knew I should have stopped. And I didn't. I felt the difference when I was. And I didn't. First of all, I didn't say nothing to my boyfriend. Because let's speak and truthfully honest. I really only smoke with him. If I go to a party with my cousin, like Kamira or something like that, I might smoke there. But once or twice. Not like how I smoke with my boyfriend. Or whatever. But, so the day after that, I had the most horrible pain. And I feel as though even in miscarriages, we don't even talk about that part of it. We don't. Okay? The pain that you go through when you're actually experiencing it was horrible. I couldn't even move. I couldn't even, stand up straight. Nothing. And I'm texting my boyfriend. I'm telling him, and he, I'm coming to you now, and I'm telling him no because I don't even know if I could get up to make it out. You know what I mean? To do anything, and I was really just sitting there in pain because, and then well, I don't even know what to do. I feel bad because I don't know how to help you. I can't help. You know what I mean? And yeah, I gotta wash my hair. As y'all can see, I took my braids out. I promise you, I took them out right after the video I did yesterday. Because, baby, they was horrible. But today, I'm gonna wash my hair. Because it's due. You see it, right? Y'all see it. I know y'all see it, okay? It's due. And I should have stopped at Save-A-Lot and got me some aloe vera leaves. I haven't did an aloe vera treatment on my scalp in years. It's been years, y'all. Like when I tell you that I cut my hair. No, we not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go on no tangent, y'all. I'm gonna stay on track. I'm going to stay on topic. Sorry, it's the ADHD. I'm telling you, it's the way my mind is. It just go from thing to thing. But anyway, after, all of that settled down and everything, I really could barely even manage. When I tell you, I really didn't talk to nobody. I didn't talk to anybody, besides my boyfriend. He's the only person. I'm not, coming at anybody for that. I know everybody had their, own things going on. I know, especially, with how things are going In this day and age, everybody's struggling. I don't care how much money you make, how rich, whatever. Everybody is going through stuff. Everybody's struggling with something. Okay? We got people losing family members left, right? We got these kids out here, breaking into people's cars, taking their, their cars that people work so hard to get. You know what I mean? And it's a lot. These jobs, they hardly paying. You know what I mean? And the cost of living just keep going up. But they ain't raising the price of how they want to, how they paying us. They got all these requirements, but they ain't paying us worth the requirements, though. They got all these guidelines and all of this stuff they want you to be doing. They ain't paying you enough for all that, though. They ain't paying you enough to really be able to actually live comfortably. And actually be able to take care of our kids. Or not even just our kids, just ourselves in general. How the price of food done went up. And the quantity of food ain't even, up to par. So that's a thing. But I really cut everything off. When I tell you I had no energy to do anything, I had no energy to do nothing. I had no desire to do nothing. The things that I was working on business wise or whatever, I didn't do it. All that social media stuff, I wasn't doing none of that. When I tell you I was just sitting around doing probably nothing, that's what I was doing. Cause I just didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it, and I just wasn't in the mood for it. Hey, what? Huh? What? Oh, good morning. Sorry, I'm recording. Oh, can you bring that bag of clothes down too? Oh, sorry, y'all. Y'all wasn't supposed to hear that. Anyway, so I was going through all of these things, y'all, and I was trying so hard to, heal, grieve the miscarriage. Me and my boyfriend, we had we were having our conversations and how we were dealing with, what was going on. We were talking about even how we communicated during the situation in general, because I felt like both of us reverted back to things that we were not doing. And then I felt like maybe, that was a sign that maybe we weren't genuinely ready, because usually, mind you, our communication is awesome. But for some odd reason, when it came to stuff like that, we both revert back to old patterns that we both that we both are well past and well over. And we, for me, I'm an overthinker, so is he. So a lot of times, I'm usually making up, assumptions or going off of how we usually transpire for, what the situation might be, or what his, thoughts are. And instead of me genuinely asking, how did you feel about it? You know what I mean? Or how did you, what was your thoughts on this and that? And but anyway, I started back meditating. And as I'm a very spiritual person. If you don't know, I am. And I wanted to really start getting back to myself. Getting back into the energy that I was in. I was in a really, really good energy. I was, I was in a banging energy. You know what I mean? My energy, my spirits were high, my vibrations were high. Okay? I was meditating, I was saging, I was incensing, I was, you know what I mean? I was journaling, I was doing my stuff. But I stopped when, during all of that, and I started back, gradually. I wasn't even exercising, y'all. And I was doing that heavy for a little while. I stopped walking. I stopped everything that I even had a passion of doing. Then seeing my kids' reaction to it, that hit me different too. You know? And the hardest thing about it was that I felt responsible for it, because I felt like, I knew what my precautions. I knew the precautions I should have been taking. I knew what to do. You get what I'm saying? Granted, it was his first show. You know what I mean? But he not dumb. You know what I'm saying? Neither am I. You get what I'm saying? This was not my first rodeo. I told you I was making my rodeo. Anyway. And I really struggled. And I still struggle with it. Because, I get people, even him was like, well, no, because, baby, it really wasn't your fault. Things happen for, a reason. Sometimes our bodies, this. I said, yeah, but I knew that I should have stopped smoking. I should have stopped doing certain things. I shouldn't have been getting on them damn right. You know what I mean? So, to be truly honest, I had to take the accountability. I had to take accountability for my actions. You know what I mean? For my actions that I played in that happened. Because there's no way. I could not blame nobody else in that situation besides myself. And that's what I struggle with the most. Even now, I'm getting back to me a little bit more. You know what I mean? Just a little bit more. I'm but I ain't all there. Okay? Definitely not all there. Now, I'll say this though. I just feel like we really do need to talk more and bring more awareness to that. Because that's hard. Like, do you have any idea, how the women and men feel, when they go the whole entire pregnancy, right? To find out their child was never even breathing, moving, living, nothing. And they go through the whole birthing process and cannot take that child home. You know how hurtful and painful that is? And we see it all the time when, we have children and, the people that's supposed to be our support system, they leave or they not our support system when we need them to be. When I tell y'all how much I'm the friend and person that's going to always show up. I showed up and showed out for any and everybody that I consider a friend, a cousin, a sister, whatever, right? But people have to realize that the strong friends and the friends that's always showing up for y'all, we need people to show up for us too. Okay? There's only 2 people that genuinely show up for me. And that's my boyfriend, my friend Felicia. We show up for each other. Like when I tell you, I hate hospitals. Anybody that know me know I hate hospitals. But I called her. I don't know. We have this. I'm telling you, when you have a real bond, a genuine connection with a friend, whatever, y'all soul bonded to the point where you can almost feel when they need you. They need you. And I'll just call her up, or she'll call me up, and we'll have the longest conversation. Or I'll pop up at her house to check on her. You know? Now, in the midst of me, going through my miscarriage situation, I bought my first car, y'all. I didn't tell nobody. One, because I wanted it just for me, for myself, until I was actually, out here driving it. But I took upon myself because I wanted to, do something on my own, and as well as get my boyfriend a break, and, so I went by myself. Never drove a car a day in my life. But please believe me, though, this was the most empowering and best feeling I ever had in my life, because I did a big girl step and moved by myself. This was my money that I worked for. I put it in, and nobody else, nobody. I didn't have nobody needed a cosign or nothing. I did it, but I got the fuck in my car, and I hit a parked car. I crashed. My car still drive though, y'all, but it's fucked up. And I can't drive it. So, this is where my car is sitting in the back of my motherfucking house. However, my boyfriend has been driving, teaching me how to drive and all that stuff. And that's another thing where, to be truthfully honest, I'm going to tell y'all something. My boyfriend is my biggest support system. And when I tell you, when I hit that park car, first of all, no, I was talking to him the entire, transition. But when I hit that car and I called him, and he jumped into action. It was getting ready to leave his job and come to me, and and I've never, when I say never, I've never had nobody do that for me, ever. And I mean, friends included, mom, dad, none of that. Okay. And not only that, when I'm telling him what's going on, mind you, I don't cry. I'm not a crier, okay? But I was genuinely crying on that fucking phone, and I was telling him how I felt and what was going on, and to hear that he was proud of me, that somebody was proud of me other than myself and my kids, that meant a lot. Especially going on with all of that, it meant a lot. Like, y'all just don't even know. Anyway, but yeah, we just don't talk about, sorry y'all, I know this ghetto, but my bad, I wasn't even expecting that, but anyway, we just don't talk about it enough. But I'm getting back into me, and then this is my little safe space, and then, as he tells me anyway, this helps me get better with, when I am able to, drive. It helped me get comfortable with, sitting in my car and learning my car and all that stuff. So I like it. It gives me my time to still, give me time to learn and not rush. Okay. But anyway, I want to know what y'all think, and give me some tips or some things that we could probably do to get more awareness out here about how miscarriages affect us. And I want to hear from men too, not just women. I need to hear from men too, how y'all feel, because I actually know sorry y'all, I know I promise y'all I know. But anyway, I need to know, I want to know how y'all feel. What do y'all think we should do about this? thanks for listening. If you're listening this long and watching this long, I appreciate you 100% for the support, for just even taking the time out to watch and listen. So thank you guys. Have a peaceful, productive, and wonderful day.